Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of the second season of the Melee Stats podcast, starring me, SaveAsUntitled.
Me, Elvin.
There we go.
And me, Pikachu 94.
Okay, so Ovenn, we haven't had you on the show before, but you are a Melee Stats member. Could you give a little bit of background of your what you've done in the scene, who you are?
I made Melee Stats. What's up?
He did. That's true.
Why would you do such a thing to this planet?
'Cause there was no Melee Stats. It's like, what's that phrase?
Melee Stats
What?
sucks.
Yeah, that phrase. But also,
it's Genesis book 2.
if there was no God, we would have created him. That was me, but with Melee Stats.
Well, that was you and we with Melee.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
we too.
It was all Ovenn. And Pika, can you give a reminder for what you do in your spare time that associates with Melee?
That associates. Good thing you added.
Yeah. That's a whole nother podcast.
And actually, it's like 3 other podcasts.
Okay.
But so I do Melee stuff. I do. I did the all-time top 100
By
and
yourself.
Yeah, by myself.
Yeah.
And I keep all the all-time major data and stuff. I keep all like historical data with me. That's mainly what I do. I cover the history of Melee.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so with that out of the way and people kind of getting a better feel for you are, let's get into tonight's big topic, and we're gonna do like a short Q&A probably after the speed round, but like the main focus of this episode is just the talk about rankings before Ultimate drowns everything and we all lose our jobs. So do you guys have any particular place we want to start? I was aiming to maybe start with the top 20 and the big debates in that, and we can kind of expand from there. Did you guys have any real big talking points you want to start on? Anyone you really want to debate about?
I'll debate when we get there. For now,
Let's
we
go
can
down the list.
just go down.
Okay,
So number 1, obviously, it's Mango.
Leffen. Sorry, Mewtwo I misspoke.
Yeah, Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's the best player in the world. He won Summit.
He did win Summit. Wow.
Is there any legitimate debate for anyone besides Hungrybox being number 1?
I guess if you want to be that guy, you could argue Armada. If you want to be that guy, but it's like I don't really think there's an argument anymore.
Yeah.
Because Hungrybox has just won so much. His one thing was that he didn't win any super majors, but then he won Big House and he won Summit. So at this point,
yeah,
it's over.
I think anyone who's trying to justify it otherwise is just like, I don't like Hungrybox. I don't want him to be number 1. Like he deserves it.
I agree.
Yeah.
And even if it was like close enough, I think it's like because he was the defending champ for number 1, he would kind of like slip into that anyway. But
don't
it's
say
not
that our
close.
Ethos is gonna come out.
It's true.
But then right behind him, do you guys have Leffen or Armada for that number 2 spot? Who that
Oven, you can go first.
Oh yeah.
I actually went ahead. This is one of my prep things, and I do think it is still Armada. Wah wah wah.
What would be your justification for that?
Yeah, what's your reason?
He has 5-1 record on Hungrybox, and his other than that, he's got pretty similar records. So it's like if you value the head-to-head more between Armada and Leffen, it's Leffen. But if you value that Armada has a better record versus the number 1 player, I think it's Armada. They have like similar records versus like Plup, Mewtwo King, Mango, Zane, Wizrobe. Not Wizrobe.
Not Wizrobe.
Amsa. And then like it's Leffen has the Wizzy and Axe loss, and Armada has the Swedish loss, and then everything else is like.
Yeah. I would also probably put Armada at second. I had Leffen at second after Evo, but he's kind of been faltering recently. He didn't do very good at Big House, like relatively. In Summit, he got second, but he did lose to Wizzy. So, and Mango. He keeps losing to Mango too. That's another big thing.
Yeah, it's funny because we all have our Armada as second. I think he totally deserves it. Like very similar-ish performances to Left throughout the year, but like by the head-to-head, I think he gets it for being the only person with a winning record on Hungrybox. Like that's pretty valuable when he's the clear number 1 in the world.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
It's actually like not just a winning record. It's like a totally
Yeah,
Oh
destroyed
yeah, it's a
records.
5-1. Yeah, it's
Destruction.
uh-huh.
Destruction.
Alright.
So yeah. So Hbox 1, Armada 2, Leffen 3. And then I think it's pretty clear Plup's 4th.
Yeah.
There's really no argument. He won the biggest tournament of the year. He
He
got
has a
second
decent Yeah,
he
go
got
ahead.
second at Big House, third at Evo. Like,
He has a decent number of wins on Hungrybox, which is pretty important.
yeah.
Like, he doesn't have like a great record, but like neither
It's
does
like-
anybody below him.
It's like similar to Leffen's record. Similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he's
It's like-
very clearly below the echelon of Leffen Armada, but very clearly above the Mango Mewtwo King, everyone below that. Like he's cemented in that 4th spot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's an argument.
I think most of the actual discussion will come probably later in the list.
Yeah. And then 5th is Mewtwo King, obviously.
Yeah.
I can see you looking at me, Pika, and waiting. And I
Wait, did Save like not
there
have
was a
Mewtwo?
period of time where I thought Mango should be 5th over Mewtwo King. And I have realized through many of YouTube comments and Twitch comments and Discord comments and threats against my life that Mewtwo
Those are
King,
from me.
Yeah, it was. Mewtwo King is in fact the 5th. I think Mango, I would bet it's the weird thing that happens
I
sometimes.
actually think they're pretty close, but I
Yeah.
do think Mewtwo King gets the edge for actually not sucking.
Yeah, it's that weird thing
Yeah.
that
Except
I
for right
think
now.
happens in rankings sometimes, where like, I think I would bet on Mewtwo King I would bet on Mango to do better at a tournament, and I think Mango's a better player. But if we're basing the ranking for the year on their performances, I think Mewtwo King's put up better performances by that. But I still think Mango's the better player.
I would say, like right now, I would seed Mango higher because he's been doing
Yeah.
a lot better recently. Since Evo, he's been doing really good. But otherwise, Mewtwo King, he won a tournament. He won a major. And Mango has not won a major. And really, I think that's the big sticking point for me. Mango just hasn't won anything. And Mewtwo King has. Plus, Mewtwo King has better records. He has like barely better records across the board. He like barely edges Mango out in like almost everything, which overall I think puts him above Mango.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this pretty closed debate, Ovenn?
Nothing except for that I think it's closer than like a lot of people make
Yeah.
it out to be.
Yeah, not as close as
agree.
I previously thought, and I think the discussion of Zane versus Wizrobe is very, very kind of similar in the same vein, and kind of the main reason where I think people are going to put Zane over Wizrobe is that Shine win, because it's like 13 people, Pika, who have won majors.
15.
15.
15.
Like, that Zane is able to join that list is insane. And though I think they're also really, really close. And I think if it was just by consistency, Wizrobe would probably get like the slight edge for me. But winning Shine is insane.
Yeah, I think like for Zane and Wizzy, winning a major means even more than it does for Mewtwo King versus Mango. Because Wizzy has never won a major. At least Mango's won majors in the past. This Zane winning is like a historic thing that happened. Like it's huge. Like I feel like a lot of people underestimate how big that Shine win was. Like in general, like it's like a gigantic accomplishment. And he beat Hungrybox twice, which he'd never done before. He beat Mango again. He has a very winning record on Mango. He has a win on Plup. He has wins on Hungrybox. Like he's just very solid right now. And he finally beat Wizzy in that head-to-head. So like Wizzy's positive overall. But I would say I would give Zane the edge overall. Zane at 7 and Wizzy at 8.
Yeah.
I will say that Zane. Another reason I think Zane should be put above Wizzy is because I think there are fewer players that he like cannot beat. So Wizrobe, like I think at least how it is right now, cannot beat Plup and cannot beat Mango, and that's like, and Zane, although he was like really struggling against Armada's no longer in the picture.
Yeah.
And so like going forward, that kind of affects it a little bit. And so that just like kind of leaves Mewtwo King for him. And like it's not as hard as it has been for Wizzy say against Mango.
Yeah, it's not as hopeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as hopeless.
I
Yeah.
do definitely for rankings. I think those taking the factor those like brick wall players is really important, which is why I think another reason originally why I had Mango over Mewtwo King, because I think there's a lot less hard brick walls for Mango, whereas Mewtwo King, it's like Axe he's probably gonna lose, Plup he's probably gonna lose, kind of thing.
Actually, the thing about Amsa Axe for Zane is that even has he played Amsa? I can't remember.
At least
He has
not
not.
this year. Yeah.
He has not played
Okay,
him.
so I don't think we can really say for that. For Axe, I agree. Axe is a pretty tough one for him, but the set at Summit looked doable.
Quite frankly, I think that's the best a non-AZ Marth has ever looked against Axe since he lost to PPU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like the best in 5 years. It's crazy. But now moving down to 9th and 10th, I think Amsa is very clearly 9.
Yeah.
I don't think you can argue that. I think I actually would have had Amsa at 8th if he beat Wizzy in their Game 5 set at Summit, because I think they were really close.
That's bold because Wizrobe did win a tournament over Hungrybox, and Amsa did not win a tournament over Hungrybox, which I think that's a pretty good argument for Wizrobe.
Yes, that is a good argument, but Wizzy has some really sus losses, especially recently. He was kind of on a downswing until Summit, where lost to like non S2J SFAT. Like, so that was just like my reasoning. And admittedly, Amsa hadn't gone to as much, but that's why I was like, if Amsa came back, did really well at Summit, I feel like I would have to put him above Wizzy. And they both did really well, but Wizzy did slightly better.
Yeah.
So I think overall they're actually a lot closer than people are giving it credit for. But I think Wizzy 8th, Amsa 9th, and then Axe is super clearly 10th. I think there's kind of like a gap between Axe and the rest.
Yeah, having that
Axe is like the last player who can like beat like say like Leffen and Mewtwo King.
Yeah.
And doesn't have horrendous losses as well.
Yes, I agree. I think so that's the top 10. I feel pretty confident in that top 10.
Yeah, I think that's probably how it's gonna shake out.
I think the only difference might be is between Leffen and Armada on the ranking.
Yeah, that's the only one I see, because like I think most people are gonna put Zane over Wizrobe, Mewtwo King over Mango is pretty much a lock. Yeah,
I feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
I think Bananas is hella good, so I don't think that's like a super terrible bad loss for Axe.
Yeah, Bananas is the 12th best in the world.
Oh god.
It's a bit high.
Oh, sorry, 13th. Sorry, guys. I don't want to be controversial.
Okay, so next is like 11 to 20. So
which is just
who do we think?
Show.
Who do we think's 11th?
S2J. How do we feel about S2J?
I like S2J. He's a cool guy.
Who do you got at your 11th?
I don't really have a solid 11 to 20, so I'll like sort of like listen to your guys' ideas and like try and play off that.
So I think like next there's like a pretty clear tier, right? So I think there's like this tier is like SFAT, S2J, like Duck, like people that have beaten like the top players consistently or just done really well against people in their tier. So like I think SFAT, S2J, Duck, Swedish Army, None, Bananas now, I guess, Pew Pew, Lucky, like them, all in that tier. Crush, I guess, but he hasn't gone.
Yeah, how do we want to talk about that? How do you guys feel about how much should Crush be penalized for not attending events? Like he was at 12th in the summer and really did not attend much after that. Where about just general feel do you think he's going to fall? Well, I guess you have a list, Pika. So
yeah, Crush is not on my list, but I've been thinking about this a lot. So basically, I think that I honestly, people change a lot over the year, like in their skill. Like Zane in the first half of the year is very different than Zane in the second half of the year. So I feel like Crush's win on Zane from then doesn't have as much weight as it would if he did it in the second half. And so I think there's a little less weight there. And also Crush doesn't have a Godwin, but he does have some really strong records overall. So I was thinking about putting him around like 15 to 16th was my idea, like around like None level is where I thought he would be.
Yep. I have him at 15th on my list, so you're kind of preaching to the choir on that. I do really think that's something very important to note, that like a Zayn win in January is not equal at all to a Zayn win in November. Like those are two totally different players. Well, not totally different players, but they should be valued differently. Ovenn, where do you land on this Crush debate? How do you think he should be weighted for?
I'm just like looking at his records right now.
Because it's weird.
It seems kind of rough for him because he does have the one Zayn win and he has one SFAT win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like a couple lucky wins, a PPU win.
But his consistency is something that very few players have this year. Even if he wasn't here for half the year, like when just like let me switch over to this screen. When you scroll by and see, oh god, I switched to the wrong page. But when you scroll down his line and you see a lot of those 1-0s, 2-0s, or very few of those losses, it's something it's really rare to see for a player this year of how wild it's been. But again, it's also been because he hasn't attended anything.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to place him. I think I've heard some people say, like, not to name any names, but someone said, like, if you put him below 13th, that is some BS. I definitely saw that from a certain person, so like some people still think of him very highly. Mm-hmm. Some people still think of him as like arguable top 10 based on his results in the first half of the year. Mm-hmm. So like there's an argument.
Yeah, I think he's definitely top 20, and I think anywhere from like 14th and 13th might be a little generous, but anywhere from like 14th to 21st, I think is fair, depending on how you think about it.
I guess. I don't know about 21st. I feel like that's a bit low because he does still have some good wins. Mm. Like his Zayn win is not as good back then, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, but the SFAT win's still good. PPO win's still good. So it's like,
I think that would be someone who's full, like, if you don't attend tournaments, you don't deserve to be ranked high, but I still have to rank you kind of thing. But that's kind of a ridiculous kind of line to take on that.
Yeah, so Crush, I would put him in the top 20 definitely, somewhere in the teens.
No question about that.
I will bring up the one blemish on his record, which is the HT loss at Full Bloom.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that, so...
Yeah.
He did lose to HT. That's pretty bad, but you know.
But a lot of people in the similar tier also have like a loss that's like that. So.
Yeah, like none lost to Kimchi.
Yeah.
PPU lost to Faust.
Yeah.
Which is not as bad of a loss. I still don't understand how you think Hybrid is a better loss to have than Faust.
I think that's true, but like I think
Hybrid is a former top 100 player. Hybrid's really good.
But is Hybrid really good now?
Yes.
I want to see
Zayn.
I want to see a Faust versus Hybrid money match right now. The Marthido's so weird.
Get out of here. Just go away.
I gotta speak up for Marth while Edwin's not here. He's imbued his hatred of everyone else into me.
But I'm the Marth main here. Let me speak.
Ugh.
Okay, Ovenn, what were you saying?
I don't remember, dude.
Okay, so we're done. So we're done with those guys. So I guess after the list of players that I said, you know, like the Pew-Pews, the Luckies, the everything. Next, I guess, would be like Westballz, who hasn't gotten worse.
Show's over. Hey, we did it. Woo!
Did you have that?
Oh no, I unplugged my headphones.
Save also hasn't gotten worse.
That's not true either. And someone listening on their headphones is going to be very upset right now. Hopefully that didn't peak my mic.
Nice job, Save.
Nice job. It was worth it. But yeah, Westballz is still pretty. He's got some wins on Wizrobe, which is pretty good. He almost beat Leffen, which almost beating someone really doesn't count for that much. But who do you think is going to be higher, Westballz or Hugs?
Close. I think I'm gonna rate Westballz higher, mainly based on those Wizzy wins.
Mm-hmm.
Hugs. What has Hugs done?
He
had a pretty good first half of the year.
Yeah, and then Then he fell off. Then he started losing to Mega Xmas and Polish
Oh yeah, the Polish lot.
and Fizz. He lost to Fizz.
See, right now I have them right next to each other, but I feel like Westballz should also probably be higher. Beating Wizrobe is pretty sick. Well, having an AMSA win is really good too. Having an AMSA and a Zane win is amazing for Hugs. Even if that was, again, like an early year Zane win.
Yeah. And an early year AMSA win. Well, no, he beat AMSA at Genesis. So.
I mean, that's early in the year.
Yeah, but I know, but that was like, I was thinking more the Poi Poundus win.
Oh, yeah.
Like before AMSA got really good, but Genesis AMSA was really good. So.
Yeah.
AMSA's
been more like consistently good throughout the year. Zane just kind of skyrocketed.
Yeah, I can't believe AMSA is so consistent. It blows my mind.
It's awesome. it's so good for, well, I guess until people realizing how lame egg stalling can be. I think it's good for Melee, at least the diversity. For a dead game. Yeah, well, the game's only going to last for 2 more weeks, so we can enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, we have one more tournament. We have Dome Park, and then we're dead, so.
Oh. But, Ovenn, who did you think should be higher, Hugs or Westballz? Even if you're just going by, like, off the top of your head.
I'm just gonna check out who are like Westballz really bad losses.
How much time do you have?
Yeah, what you want, like Cowmaster, Spark,
True Dat, Hacks, which I forgot about.
Yeah, he did lose to Hacks.
Like compared to like Hugs's though, like Polish.
Who else has Westballz lost to? He's lost to a lot of people this year.
Yeah.
He really has.
I'm looking through Tafo stats, but it's hard. Oh, he lost to Curve. I forgot.
Yeah, he did lose to Curve.
Didn't he also lose to the other Luigi, the AZ one?
Oh yeah, he lost to I Love Bagels too at Run Back.
That's my boy. Dude. That's my favorite player.
Never mind, dude. I was like thinking, oh, I could rate him over Hugs.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, no.
So I'm gonna say, at least for now, until I like really go into the numbers, Hugs higher.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hugs higher
than Westballz, yeah.
Yeah, that's. Okay. I've kind of come full circle. I think Hugs is higher. I still think I agree with the opinion of the last person who spoke. That's how this works here.
I still think Westballz is higher, but like, and I think Rishi's like right there with them too.
Really, honestly. You have Rishi all the way up there?
I have Rishi above Hugs.
Wow. Well, what's your reasoning for it? Is it on the back of that Mewtwo King win? He's had a really good year. Yeah,
he beat Mewtwo King. He has a Swedish win. He has a Bananas win.
Oh, top 15 player Bananas.
Yeah,
that's really
good.
He
has 2 Swedish wins, but
yeah, and he has a couple other wins too. He beat Lod. Lod's also in this general tier as well.
Is he?
Lod's weird. Well, weird to rank.
Lod's kind of like Crush, but like less bad.
That's a one way.
No, I meant less bad as in like less bad to rank.
Oh yeah.
Like he goes to more.
Yeah. How big is this range you're talking about? Are you talking like from 20 to 30?
No, like 11 to 20.
You're saying Rishi's top 20.
I think Rishi's 20th or 21st, like around there.
Really?
Yeah, like, really.
Well, what's your 20 made up of? Like who you got in there?
Let me get up my list.
Well, actually, we don't need the. I think Rishi's good, but I don't think he's like top 20 level yet. Like I don't trust him as much as I would trust like a Swedish or a Nun or a Lucky's probably not a great example.
Well, I think
those are all also in his top 20. So
yeah, I think he's worse than those guys, but I think he's better than everyone below that. I think he's better than like KJH, than Absent Page. Like I think he's better than Absent Page.
That's a top 20 player.
Get out of here.
No, I have Absent Page as 23.
Yeah.
That's actually a good. Where Absent Page versus KGH, who do you guys have higher?
That's a good question. Ovenn, you answer.
Oh fuck! I just said. Okay. Let me just take 3 seconds.
Yeah. So.
Off the back of.
If you want a second of it, I can do a little on this.
I'm gonna say Absent Page is better.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just like off the back of his recent win at DreamHack, which was like not super stacked, but and KJH like not really doing well at Summit.
KJH?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
KJH, I think KJH has a worse loss. He lost to C15. If you all remember that.
Oh god, round 1, dude.
And
how does that even happen?
Tore through.
losers. He tore through losers.
Mhm.
But yeah, he did lose to C15. So I think that's overall that hurts him a bit.
Mhm.
And overall, I think Absent Page has better records. He has that really good record on S2J now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's
So
4-1, 3-1.
yeah, so I think it's 4-1.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think Absent Page is above him, and they're like at like the edge of like top 25, I would say.
Yeah, I think
And
they're
then-
they're
Alright.
fair. Those right outside of top 20.
Yeah, and then after that, just so like we could go through, and I'm talking about the boring ones. Next is like Gatsu, Shrooms, those kind of people, and then what's next?
I think we skipped over a very important debate that we kind of had in the before we went live, and I think
Oh,
people
yeah.
are, so Bananas versus Army. Where do
Army.
your boys fall on this?
Army.
I'm gonna actually fall Bananas.
Ooh.
I also fall Bananas as well.
Ooh, I'm losing here.
They're both
I have them-
Ices players. You got to go with the guy who has the better peaks.
I
To synthesize my argument down, it's essentially that.
I have them right next to each other for the record.
I also have
think-
them right next to each other as well.
I think they're pretty much tied. I think Army has much better records across the board,
Mhm.
like against similarly tiered people and worse people. It's just that because Bananas has a negative record on Mojo from locals, for example,
Mhm.
which is not very good for a top 20 player. But he does have Mewtwo King and Mango wins. Army has a Mango as well.
Mhm.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah. He
But-
just hasn't got the chance to play Mewtwo King.
Yeah,
He'd
that's
have
the.
that Mewtwo King win.
Yeah, I think he would have that Mewtwo King win.
Mhm.
And they've both beaten Axe. Army's beaten Axe twice. So like they both Bananas lost to Absent Page while Army is positive on Absent Page, or he might be even. But so it's like they're like go back and forth on like different things and
Mhm.
everything. So I think you can really argue either one.
Yeah.
But like I just think like the negative local record against Mojo is what makes me put Army above him. Because Army is right now better locally than Bananas is.
Mhm.
I'm looking at Army's Tafa stats. Does he have any like really bad losses at locals, or is it just like
Early in the year he did. He lost to like Nishi and a couple other people. I think he lost to
Tech
Smash
Boy?
Daddy. He did lose to Tech Boy. That
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah.
And he lost to Diz. He's not very good at the Icy Ditto. That's another main thing against Army. So he has losses to like Diz and Chew and
Yeah. It's just like that's all I kind of, once I go to Icy's players, it's just like I expect them to have a bunch of bad losses but a bunch of big wins. And that's kind of, like I said before, having a Plup win, a Mewtwo can win over Army is the main reason I give it.
Yeah.
But like I said in the pre-show, or not the pre-show, before we started, I think Army, like I would probably bet on Army to do better in a tournament. I think he's probably a little bit of a better player, but I think Bananas should be ranked higher. And anyway, I have them like right next to each other. I think they're both fantastic players.
yeah?
I think they're both pretty much tied. I think it's really close. I give it to Army just based on I think Bananas is a lower floor, so that's why I give it to Army. But I can understand putting Bananas higher on the Plup win because the Plup win is amazing.
Yeah, and I
So-
almost certainly think Bananas is, like, thinking of the bout as a whole, Bananas is going to be ranked higher just because of how recent Summit is. Whether people were trying to be recency biased or not, that's going to be most prevalent in their head when they're thinking about what Bananas has done.
Yeah, you know Bananas. Yeah, he did beat Fiction too. So
Yeah.
The master of
That-
the Ices matchup. Trying to think.
Do you think this is like not really like a numbers question, but who do you think is better at the Fox matchup? Banana or Army?
I want to say Bananas, but he keeps losing to Mojo. So it's like
Yeah, it's like really weird.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna say Army. I'm gonna say Army.
I
Hmm.
don't know off the top of my head to
Actually,
give a good answer on that.
They're pretty even, actually. I don't.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a tough question.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
question. If only
'Cause-
Edwin was here, he would know the answer.
If only Bananas had beat Leffen, then
Oh
we
my
could.
Yeah,
god.
then we'd have- Then we'd have the answer.
Bananas is probably like top 50. I don't know. I don't want to talk about hypothetical universes where that happens.
If the Bananas beat Leffen, he'd be top 10.
I don't want to. That's. I don't agree with that. I was hesitant to say top 15. I don't think he's top 10 with a left win.
No, it's because if he beat Leffen, he would have beat Mango. Then he would have made winners finals.
Oh no.
That's true.
I don't want to live in that hypothetical universe.
Okay. Anyways, so I think that's. Is there any other interesting stuff in like this area of
No, I think it's
skills?
pretty much like I for this kind of, I mean, the same could be said for like the 10 to 20. I think the names that people are going to put there are pretty much set in stone, but what order they put them in is just going to be interesting and a lot harder to guess where everyone's going to fall than other years.
Yeah, I think the tiers are pretty solid, but like everyone is both so good and so bad now
Yeah.
that you just can't.
Whoever can hide their bad losses better are going to make it to the top.
Just got to make sure you have your bad losses at those C tier events, you know?
Yeah. Hack your own Taffa stats to get rid of them. Pay weed off. I had a couple of players on here that are definitely top 50, but I'm not sure what your guys' reads on them where the fall. An interesting one off the bat, Fiction. Where do you think Fiction is going to be? Because he kind of spent the first half of the year taking a lot of bad losses and kind of returning to his form that he's getting closer to now. So where do you think we should place that? Should we look at more of him coming back to form in the second half of the year, or yeah?
So basically what I'm thinking is yes, in the first half he was obviously worse than he is now, but I think he also attended a lot less in the like he didn't go to as much. Like in the second half he's really been grinding.
Mm-hmm.
He's been going to so many tournaments. He's been winning tournaments. Like so
Yeah.
I think he's top 25. I have him above Absent Page, for example. I have
Really?
him once. I have them right next to each other, but I have him above Absent Page because I think Fiction has the Wizzy win. Like for example, he 3-0'd Wizrobe.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
but he is I'm trying to think of any of his bad losses off the top of his head. I remember he had like a horrendous Genesis. Like he had a really bad start of the year. It's hard for me to like just throw that away.
Yeah, like Genesis was really bad. He lost to Fluid and Rocky.
Yeah.
And then Nudes, he lost to Bizarro Flame and Dr. Light.
Yeah, like that player, like already right there, that person's not better than Absent Page. That's
I mean Absent Page lost to Ben, so
Absent Page is the best player in the world. We don't talk about that loss. No, but I think I like Fiction's. I don't want to go out and say like Fiction's a better player. Like right now, like if they both entered a tournament, I would 100% bet on Fiction to be better than Absent Page. But I think that's a very real perspective to have. But I think we just can't throw away Fiction's comeback at the beginning of the year and just give him that 25 spot. Like I don't think he's, not that he doesn't deserve it, that we just can't forget about all those bad losses.
That's fair. I think overall he's definitely going to be somewhere in the 20s. That's what I think. He'll be somewhere in the 20s, but whether it's the high 20s or the low 20s will depend on how people value his early year. But I think
it'll be like 32 or something. I think it'll be around there.
I think he'll be 28th.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Ovenn, do you have any? What's your thoughts? Why do you think Fiction's gonna fall?
What? I don't think. Oh, I think Fiction's gonna fall because he's gonna like get in his own head every time.
No.
That's not what he meant.
No. How good is he gonna do with the Ices?
How good
next time?
How good is he? How good is he? Where are you ranking him, Ovenn?
How good is he, and where should he be ranked? Are two totally different questions.
Where are you ranking him, Ovenn? That's the question.
Oh God! Don't be so abrasive.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I'd rank him in the like second half of the top third, like 20 to 30, probably.
Yeah.
Probably 25 or 26,
yeah.
or like maybe 27.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, so like we obviously have a big range here because his early half of the year is ridiculous, like not representative of all of what he is now, but like can't just really discard it.
All right. And another player I think is interesting to talk about because he's going to have his one big win on Axe carrying him all the way up. But he's really kind of had a shoddy rest of the year, Ginger. I think Ginger's still definitely top 50, but it's his trend is not looking great.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I have him in the 40s somewhere, like which sucks because he was pretty high up in the 30s in the summer rank, I'm pretty sure, like right after his Axe win. So it's like he's just been going down in the second half of the year. He hasn't really done anything.
Yeah.
It's just been.
Sometimes that's how it be.
Sometimes that's how it be. Sometimes the Falcos just get Falcoed.
Yeah,
Sad
where are
out
all the
here for
birds?
Falcos. Do you guys have anyone else particularly in this top 50 or even like this range of like 30 to 50 that you want to talk about? Think this place is interesting? You're saying something about Michael in the pre-show. Who were you saying you would rank higher than Mike, or are you thinking about ranking higher than Michael?
Oh, Drunk Sloth. It was
Drunk Sloth.
between Mike. It was between Michael and Drunk Sloth. It's not important.
That's like that's like further down the list. I see you have Gatsu at 25 though, Pika.
I do have Gatsu at 25. Dude, Gatsu's so good.
Gatsu's really
I
good.
think
I've got to 26.
Gatsu's
Alright.
insane.
Gatsu's sick.
He's insane. He got 5th at Shine. Oh my god. Gatsu's sick.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more stats off the top of my head. I don't want to be the Melee Stats podcast, just like, yeah, Gatsu's sick. That's it.
But he
no,
is sick.
that is objectively true. The stats say that he's sick. But I want to give a better reason than that.
Yeah, he beat SFAT. He beat Lucky. He has a win on Plups Fox at a local.
I love how that's the same level you got.
But,
I mean, it is.
It is. Plups Fox is top 10. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is true.
He's got 3 wins on Hungrybox. Hungry Fox is at least like top 100. That's the real debate. Yeah, he's got a Zane win. He's got S2J win, Lucky win.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gatsu's sick.
Yeah. So that's what the stats say. Gatsu's sick.
Yeah.
He got his first major top 8 this year. Sick.
Yeah.
Anyways, so after that, in like the 30 to 50 range, like you got your standards, you got your people.
Yeah.
You got your Smuckers, your IBDWs, your La Lunas, your Triffs, your Kazus. Kazu's so good this year. That's the guy I want to talk about actually. So Kalamazoo, I actually wouldn't be surprised if Kalamazoo was ranked above Triff at the end of the year ranking for the third best Peach slot, because Triff hasn't been doing a whole lot, and he's been kind of subpar in the second half of the year, and Kalamazoo has just been on fire, especially at Mangoes. Dude.
I don't know a lot of Kalamazoo's results off the top of my head, but I believe you, Pika. I trust.
Dude, Kalamazoo has like an SFAT win. He has an Army win. He beat S2J. So like, I don't know.
Those
I think
like pretty good wins.
Yeah, those sound like pretty good wins.
I know enough about Melee to know those are good wins.
Why are you doing this to me, Save?
I don't know. I feel like we've meandered around this like 30 to 50 range for quite a while. What I want to talk about before we move off of rankings for good is players you think will be newcomers to the top 100. Or a couple of players that I'm not sure if they're going to make it or not. One that the chat just suggested that I forgot about. Will Bobby Big Balls make the top 100?
Ooh.
Because it shouldn't be understated how important people knowing your name is in that like 80 to 100 range. But does he really have the wins to back that up?
When I make the stat sheet, I'm going to include a link to the clips of him getting like 4-stocked 3 times in like 2 sets by Gary.
So you go to his Tavo stat page and it's just a link to the set. Like, do you think this guy's top 100? Probably not.
So for Bobby, I don't think he is top 100 in skill. I do not. But I think he will be ranked top 100. Because I think his notoriety will get him there. And people will see that he has that absent page win at a local, and they'll just give it to him.
Absent page is pretty good.
And he beat Hacks, he beat Cobalt. So he has okay wins,
yeah.
I guess. But mainly on Foxes. And I think he'll be in the 90s. That's my final guess.
Yeah, I do think like his notoriety and like wins like that will be like just enough to push him in. It's always like the 80 to 100. There's probably like 40 players who could be there.
Yeah,
300 players could be top 100 guys.
It's true. So other people that I think will be top 100. We'll save. You have a list, right?
I just had a couple. Jakenshaken.
Jakenshaken's a good one.
He's my love that man.
What did he go to?
He beat Hanky Panky. What else do you want?
No. What did he go to?
Oh, he went to SmashCon. And he went to a bunch of Midwest tournaments.
I'm trying to think. What was his like breakout tournament where he got 2 top 100 wins. He got a squid win, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, Aegis. He beat Moki and
Yeah. And that squid win's going to be a whole lot more valuable now that squid stock's going up.
Yeah, and squid might be top 50.
I think squid is top 50.
Yeah, that GTX was really good.
Squid is the second best Falco in the world.
Maybe.
God.
That's only like 20% a meme.
Yeah. And then Jakenshaken also beat Jerry at SmashCon, which was very impressive. He made an insane comeback. And he beat Hanky Panky at that local.
That's a big win.
That's a huge win.
Yeah.
So Jakenshaken, I think he might make top 100. Other people that I think will make top 100, Smash Daddy, really good SoCal Fox main.
Yeah,
used to be some really good wins. Has some really good wins this year. I think Sharks will finally make top 100.
Yeah, that
the meme can finally die.
You can finally die?
No, I said the meme. No. Once you make top 100, your life's over. That's it.
Yeah, he has some good wins. He beat Rishi. He has Rishi. He has IBDW. He beat Toussaint twice. Notably is 1-3 against Bobby BimboMexico.
Oh, fellow top 100 player.
Fellow top 100 player. Yeah. So yeah, I think. Yeah, so I think Sharks will be top 100. Another Ice Climbers that I think will be in the top 100 is Boyd. Boyd had that really good tournament that he won over Mewtwo, Rishi, Lod, KJH, all those top players, and he won the tournament without dropping a set.
Yeah.
So obviously that makes him top 4.
Yeah, winning tournaments is good. That's why Mewtwo King's the best player in the world.
Yeah. So I think Boyd will be top 100. Other players that weren't in the top 100 that will be in.
Magi?
Magi, I'm not as sure on because Magi's been she hasn't been done as well recently. She had some really good tournaments. She beat Master, beat Blayagello. She has some really good wins, but she might make top 100. I hope she does make top 100 because that would be our first female top 100 member, which would be a huge deal.
I'm trying to think of any other names.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, what's up, Ovenn?
Yeah. Do you think BimboMexico is going to make top 100?
Why are you asking me this? I want BimboMexico to make top 100. He's not going.
Do you think he will?
I don't think he will. I don't think he has enough anymore.
Sorry for my ignorance of the Smash scene. Who is BimboMexico? Sorry, I'm not. I'm only a YouTuber. I'm only a Reddit guy.
He's I think he's number 2 in Tijuana behind Eddie Mexico, which I don't think they're brothers. They're either brothers or really good friends. I forget. But yeah, Bimbo, he had some good wins. He had that run at Smash Factor, that really good losers run, where he beat you and he beat Meds, and then he beat Moki at Evo. So he has wins, and he's pretty good.
Will he meet the attendance requirements?
I forget. Does he meet the attendance requirements?
Well, they haven't been locked in yet.
Well then.
If Santi can make it.
His tournaments are Smash Factor, Evo, The Roast, and Genesis.
Yeah.
For large ones.
That might be.
Yeah,
I think that
might
might
be enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be enough. And he's international, so it's a lower bar.
Yeah, that's probably get that.
Yeah. So I want him to be top 100. I don't know if he will. Anyone else? Anyone else say it?
I was about to say, I've really, that's exhausted my list. You know much more than I do, evidently. And Ovenn, you have anyone else? Or do we want to jump into the wildest speed round of all time?
We could talk about Zamu.
Zamu! Oh, we should talk about Zamu. How did we forget? If Wheat was here, he would never forgive us. Yeah. Dude, Zamu's definitely gonna be top 100. I remember when we did when we did these attendance things I did this attendance thing with Wheat, for the requirements, they have to get a certain placing at a tournament, and Zamu did not meet any of the requirements, but we put him on the list. But we put him on the list anyway.
No bias.
And the reason was he's so sick.
That seems.
It was an unofficial.
First, you guys rig all the brackets so Mewtwo King has to play Ice Climbers. Now you put Zamu in with no good reasoning. Melee Stats has gone too far.
No, this was an unofficial list. It was unofficial.
Melee Stats is gone. They have too much power.
Yeah, but yeah, Zamu has some good wins. He has 2 wins on Fiction. I think he has a win on Absent Page. Yeah, he has a win on Absent Page this year. He has.
Yeah, those in itself might be enough.
Yeah, I know, right? And he has he has wins on Michael. He has more wins. I can't remember them off the top of my head.
But I think he's probably gonna be top 100, if only thanks to Wheat.
Oh yeah, he beat Cyrox and Ginger. He also did that. So
yeah, damn.
So
I've got like a couple more like names that I don't know if they'll make top 100.
What you got, Ovenn?
We got Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Do you think he's making top 100? No.
I don't know. He doesn't really have any standout wins this year. Really good though. True. He's really good though. If he makes top 100, I wouldn't be surprised. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he didn't make it.
You're really taking a hard line stance on that one.
Listen, it's hard to take a stance on Free Palestine. Okay, there's a lot of factors.
Wow,
it's a very controversial topic. Yeah. The first political Melee Stats podcast. All right, who else is on the list?
Ovenn, go.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any like Euro players or like are there any other international players you think might?
Okay, so one international player. I'm only gonna say one to keep us locked in for time, and it's from Europe that I think that everyone should look out for. He's not going to be top 100 this year, but I think he will be next year. It's Timmy, number one in Austria. He's been good for a while, but he's getting very good recently. He has wins on Over Triforce and Professor Pro in the past couple months, and he's coming to Don't Park on the Grass. So
that's what I was about to ask. So that's sick.
Look out for him at Don't Park on the Grass. I think he's going to do really. My bold.
All right. I think that about we've done some really nice ranking discussion. I think we're gonna have a very short chat Q&A, especially if the speed round goes long. But I think we're good to no good. This was meant to be a more like laid back kind of chill, just guys being dudes talking about rankings. Nothing better than that. So yeah, we're gonna move into the Melee Stats speed round. You guys already know the rules. 5 quick questions. Goofy answers are encouraged, but not always the way to win. Last time I flipped a coin. I'll flip this. Do I still have that Subway gift card in my pocket? Okay, now I'm gonna flip.
Why are you flipping a gift card?
I'm gonna flip my student ID. Ovenn, do you want broken heads or broken tails? Call it.
Broken heads.
It fell under my bed, so I'm gonna say it's heads.
Wow! Go get it. Go get it.
No,
you better go get it.
It's gone forever. I make the rules. Pika, you start with one less point. Okay. Ovenn, do you want to answer the first question first, or do you want to have Pika answer the first question first? You guys are gonna alternate.
Pika can do it. I'll give him the.
Let's go.
All right. Question number 1: does Melee need a new tier list? Pika, you're up first.
A new tier list?
Tier list. I pronunciation is tough. You're losing your time for this. Go.
No, what is this?
I
think it does.
Oh, yeah, go.
I think it does. I think it does need a new tier list because I think the current tier list very outdated. For example, Pichu is still bottom tier, which is just wrong. Ice Climbers are above Captain Falcon on the most recent tier list, which is also just wrong, and everyone knows it. Like I think there's some serious stuff that's changed in the meta in the past 3 years, especially in regards to characters and not just techniques, especially characters with a lot of developments with Marth and Ice Climbers and Captain Falcon, especially Captain Falcon with Rise of Wizzy and stuff. So I think we definitely do need a new tier list.
All right, Ovenn, what's up?
I think we need a new tier list because it will cause a lot of drama, and it'll probably increase the cloud of Melee stats in some way.
I agree with this answer.
Is that all you got of it?
On a more serious note, I don't actually think there needs to be a new tier list because I think tier lists are kind of silly. But that's like a personal opinion more than a.
I understand that because, like, you could think like tier lists, like everyone has like their own tier list. Like an official tier list doesn't mean a whole lot, so I can see that too.
Right. I agree with Ovenn's opinions more, but I'm gonna give Pika the answer, the point, because that was a better answer.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Oven, you're up for the second round. Who is the best top 50 player that has a chance to make it into the top 25 next year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Thank
Like-
Edwin for that one. Any player in the top 50 that you think has the
Top
potential
50
to
for the
make it?
summer that's making it into 2017 top.
No,
Or,
top,
like, the-
top 25 for next year.
Top 50 at the end of this year that will get into top 25 next year.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Kalamazoo.
Why?
Yeah, what's your reasoning behind that?
Because he seems to be really, really pushing hard, and he's just like getting better, like consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's like not too much of a reason, but like he's like clearly improving himself in matchups such as the Icy's versus Peach, which like it sounds silly to say, but he was like really, really bad at that for like quite a while. So he's clearly like dedicated to improving himself in like his like faults and stuff.
All right, Pika, who you got?
Okay, so if Fiction is not in the top 25, then him. But otherwise, I'm gonna say Chudat.
Ooh.
Because no, this
But,
is
no, I said top 50 player.
shut up. This is a serious answer. This is because I honestly think Shootout will never be bad. That is my honest opinion. He will never be bad at this game. He will always be at least top 50, and I think he will have another good year in him. That's my honest answer.
I really don't want to give you the point, Pika. I'm not going to give you the point. I'm giving Oven the point. One, to spite Pika, and two, because Oven, you gave a good answer. All right. This one, Pika, you might already have an answer for this as well. But you're up first. Who has the potential to improve the rank the most at Don't Park on the Grass? Who can jump their rank, the end of the year rank the most through a good performance at Don't Park on the Grass?
I'm gonna say, well, based on the people that are going, I would say maybe like IBDW, because he's going and he could get some damn good wins and up himself into the 20s from like fringe top 30, whatever. Otherwise, I would also say Timmy. Timmy's not going to be ranked, but because I don't think he meets the attendance requirements. But if he does get ranked, I think if he could do really good and make top 100 here, because he's really good. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. I think the rankings are more or less set in stone at this point. I don't think one tournament's going to change much.
All right. And Oven?
I'm gonna say Fat Goku because he hasn't gone to much, so one tournament is like a higher percentage of his tournaments, and I think he's gonna be more comfortable like being closer to home. Not that close.
Wait, I changed my answer. Spud.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir with that one. But you should answer that the first time. Oven gets the point. Fat Goku that's a really good answer. I didn't even I scrolled through the list to kind of just get some people in case you guys didn't have it. But Fat Goku is a really good answer because Don't Park on the Grass is gonna be his year. Okay,
Dang.
so coming into the fourth question, we're starting to get a little memey. And Oven, you're gonna start. Which top player is most likely to spend the next month in the stream chats of people making bouts? Who is the most likely to spend the most amount of time?
Did you say top player?
Yeah, well, you can go with any player.
Like how top player? I'm gonna say Captain Face Roll.
Okay.
But what, Oven?
Why?
You gotta expand.
Because he messaged me multiple times when I was creating the sheet last year, or for the summer, not last year, but for the summer rank, and I've seen him hanging around.
I've seen him.
You see him.
All right, Pika, what you got?
This is an easy answer. Rio B. He's going to be in there trying to convince people he's totally top 100.
Wait, is he eligible?
Doesn't matter.
All right, Pika, you get the point.
That's fair.
Right. And the final tiebreaker question: who gets sick of Ultimate first, Mewtwo King or me? I believe Oven, you're starting.
No, I start.
Oh, Pika, you're starting. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Pika starts.
I think that you will get sick of Ultimate first because you will do exactly what you did with League of Legends, in which you will think about doing videos for it and then not do any.
Oof. Jesus, I did one. Just did really poorly. Jesus. Is that your full answer, Pika?
No, it's not. The rest of it is you suck.
You're really, really fighting hard to get this point. Oven, what you got?
I'm gonna say you're gonna get tired of it more quickly, for the reason that Mewtwo King never really gets tired of Smash games.
Fair.
He generally he'll stop playing it, but generally it's when he actually, you know what? He doesn't really stop playing them. He'll always play them.
Yeah, except 64.
RP.
Yeah, that's true, but that's not a real Smash game.
Shut up.
I'm joking.
Get out of here.
I love Smash.
Leave. I hate you.
So,
I know.
despite my better judgment, just for the fact that you remembered I tried making League videos, I'm gonna give you the point,
Okay.
Pika, for knowing the back catalog. But it was a closely fought battle. Pika, you are the. Is this your first speedround win?
Yeah, well, I won last time, but then Edwin rigged it against me, so.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Everyone sucks. So now you get your minute to talk about whatever you want.
Anything I want?
Well, don't get me banned off Twitch and/or YouTube.
Oh, damn. Damn, I can't pull a Bobby Big Balls.
No. I can still mute you.
I'm kidding. What do I want to talk about with my minute? Support me on Patreon at patreon.com/Pikachu942.
Where's that mute button? There we go.
And also, yeah, just I love Melee. That's all I want to talk about. Melee's sick, and
Melee's sick and it needs our help. It's dying.
It is dying, and only we can save Melee.
No other groups can save Melee.
Yeah.
Only Melee stats
They
can.
don't have anyone named Safe in them. I can save Melee.
Yeah, you might as well not even call us MS. You should call us SM for Save Melee.
Cause it's all mine. This is Saves Melee now, bitches.
Yeah, that's what it is now. We're the Save Melee podcast.
Yeah, because it's obviously my podcast. I own it all.
Yeah, we're the Save Melee podcast.
All right, so that does it for the speed round. And if you guys have any questions, we really weren't focusing too much on the chat during the rankings thing. We'll take like a couple of questions because we're already running about near to the hour already. It's hard to judge with the live thing. But if you guys have any questions for ranking or anything like that.
Yeah, any questions? I will answer any and all questions.
No. I will filter the questions that are given to Pika. And Oven will make sure Pika... Stop Pika.
Stop Pika 2018.
Save Melee, stop Pika. All right. Will Cobb make top 100? He has the lucky win. What does he have beyond that?
He's been kind of like... He's been weird, because I always think like he doesn't have the attendance requirements, and then I look at his stuff and it goes like, oh, he actually attends a decent amount. I don't know if he'll make top 100. I think he'll be fringe. He'll barely not make it.
Yeah, that seems fair. Oven, don't read that question.
I already read it, but I'm not reading it out loud.
Good. All right.
Well, now I have to pull up the chat.
No, Pika, it's a important one about your all-time list that you wrote by yourself. Where does Zane Shinewin put him on the all-time list? Where was he before?
He was low. He was in the 90s before.
Yeah.
Or 80s.
That's got to be huge.
I think he's gone up a lot.
Yeah.
He's gone up at he's in the top 25 now. He's in the top 25 players of all time, I would say.
Wow.
I'd say he's around chillin' level. He's in he's in lower end of top 20 is my opinion.
I don't even know how to respond, because what were kind of the justifications or where people are ranked? Is it importance to the game, longevity?
It's major wins, wins at majors, your placings at majors, your longevity in rankings in the top 25 or lower, or higher, whatever. And your impact on the metagame, which is more an intangible thing that we usually only use really use in special cases like with Zelgadis or Bomb Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, that one's kind of lesser. But overall, Zane's improvements in this, in like pretty much every area, is insane.
Yeah.
Zane, he won a major, which is just that's ridiculous. He got multiple top 8s. He's going to be top 10 this year. He really expanded Marth's minigame. He really started using pivots and stuff a lot more than other people have been doing. He's probably the most technical Marth going right now. That's like a top player. Like, so he's pretty much improved in every aspect. He's gone up a lot.
Yeah, Zane's pretty good. All right, I think I have the closing question for the show portion, and we'll still do a little bit questions after the show ends. Pika, you are the resident anime expert. What is the melee of anime, coming from Fairfax, the legend?
Well, if I don't say ping pong, Ambi's gonna kill me. So I have to say ping pong. I have to say that for Ambi, but my actual answer is, it might still be ping pong actually. Yeah, ping pong's the cliche answer that all the melee players say that I've seen it, but ping pong's really good.
Like the game,
so
it's pretty fun. Like you ping and you pong. It's fun. I have a good time. I used to play a lot back in the day.
Ping pong,
you know
the
that
animation.
famous book, The Inner Game of Ping Pong.
And on that lovely note, we will be ending the official portion of the episode 3 of season 2 of the Melee Stats podcast. I didn't say during the speedrun, I forgot. Thank you, Edwin and Ambi, for helping out with the questions, because I can actually ask them, and I usually ask Pika for the questions, and I wasn't going to give him an insider advantage. But thank you guys for helping me out with the questions. That's why they were better than they normally are. But thank you, Ovenn and Pika, for joining us on the show. Do you guys have any last closing remarks?
Ovenn, do you have anything?
I promise I'll have a webcam next time.
I promise I won't have a webcam next time.
Oh shoot, I gotta shout out the patrons. I don't have the list. Oh god. I would have Stock and Jack and Singstall and Etost and
Emerald, Gerg.
Yeah. I can't look up the list because if I open up Discord, I screw up the camera.
Hbox's son.
Potato. I think that's. I think
Sika.
we got everyone. Sika. Oh yes.
Yes.
Sika.
Yeah. Don't forget Sika.
All right, I think that's everyone.
Okay, that's good enough.
If we missed you, send us an angry email.
Yeah, we'll make a whole episode dedicated to you. But that about does it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week.